Hi, I'm Andreas Babiolakis with liveinlimbo.com. In case you haven't noticed, it's pretty cold here in Toronto, but that doesn't matter because today it's the red carpet premiere of the new film Divergent. Divergent is a film directed by Neil Berger, who you might know from 2011's Limitless starring Bradley Cooper. In a similar fashion, Divergent is yet another science fiction film, this time starring Theo James and Shailene Woodley, and it's based on a novel that targets towards a teenage demographic and the societal issues of today. The trilogy, written by Veronica Roth, of whom was only 25 years old, has been a best-selling series with its sci-fi commentary being compared to Philip K. Dick. As fans of all ages started to pour in, why don't we ask them about the series?
I think the bravery, like the fact that she's 16 years old and she stands out. She's really brave. She does everything for her city, and she knows what justice she wants. She knows what she wants in her life, and she's brave. Yeah, maybe of that too. And of that, like we know that teenagers have a handful in their plates, and a lot of teenagers can relate to that too. Like the way she juggles all these things in her life, and she can still balance all of them, and she doesn't give up. And yeah.
So you see her as a role model then?
Yeah.
In a very tough time.
No, I actually knew about the series before I ever watched a trailer or anything. And my friend, she actually told me about it. She gave me a brief synopsis about it, and I like the fantasy genre, and I figured that I might as well give it a read, and I've been obsessed with it since. I saw Shay and Theo, and as soon as I saw Theo, first of all, I couldn't think of anybody else to play Tobias. He was the perfect
match for his character. It was like that strong love.
The masculinity and the sensitivity in him, it was really brought out in really special ways. And Shay, she's everything for Trish. She has the right facial features, first of all, that I imagine.
And the right characteristics.
Yeah. She's as kind as she is in Abnegation, and she's as strong as she is in Dauntless.
So these actors were good choices after all. It was time to ask these perfect fits about the film. First up was Theo James, previously in the TV show The Golden Boy, and shortly on Downton Abbey. From Live in Limbo, how's it going? Good, man. So, if you could explain to us, as short as you can, how important is this film in terms of social context, especially with what's going on in the world now?
I think it's very, well, I mean, in terms of, it's important. I mean, essentially, Janine, it's a coup, which is obviously very pertinent, and in terms of kind of changing what happens at the end of the film is essentially the old regime is kind of forced out, and the new one comes in, the new aggressive one, which kind of reflects, you know, what's happening in Ukraine, and then it also reflects what's happening with the Crimea thing, you know, with pushing through. So, I mean, in terms of real social commentary, I got to be 100% honest. It's not. I mean, that it's a kind of it's a fantasy movie, so that's going to be a message within it. But it's also about, you know, it's about fulfilling a kind of fantasy desire and an ability to be a kind of action war movie at the same time. Next we have Shailene Woodley, known for her work in The Secret Life of the American Teenager, The Descendants, and last year's indie hit, The Spectacular
I'm Shailene from Southern California.
Nice to meet you. I don't live in Live in Limbo, but there we go. That's a nice sight. My question is, on the Oscars on Sunday, Kate Blanchett mentioned that female roles are no longer a niche. Having started as a strong heroine in Divergent, do you feel that this is true, or do you feel that there's still a long ways to go?
I think that it is true. I think where we have a long ways to go is females respecting other females in the industry.
Right.
You know, sort of embracing sisterhood and what that means, and eradicating jealousy and envy and anger toward and aggression, female against female, really throwing the respect factor in there.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Oh, no problem. High five. Luckily, I had the final question of the night, and I have some very good insight on the upcoming film. Will Divergent reflect on today's social issues like Theo James said? Will it display a female character that can hopefully bring women together like Shailene Woodley wishes for the industry?
You'll find out on the 21st of March in theaters when Divergent is out. As for now, I'll be saying bye, Andreas Babiolakis here, but I will forever be live in Limbo.